Right there. So that I don't die.
Where's the purple? Oh.
So the purple, we've taken the purple.
How long has it been out?
So for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
So, you want me to start from the basic?
Oh, go.
Okay. So, we are going to go through the process of preparing bonitos in another way other than baking them in the oven. And the whole idea of my food design is to use the least amount of energy so that we get the biggest return on our investment of energy. So here we have 6 bonitos. The bonitos were 5 Japanese bonitos, but we have 1 purple bonito. Instead of putting them in the oven, I wanted to demonstrate to Don a much easier way and more efficient way of using it. So what I did is put the big white bonitos or Japanese bonitos on the bottom and put this one on top. I put it on top because of 2 reasons. Number one, it's more advantageous for me to cook these purple bonitos using steam. I don't have to use a lot of water because that's spring water too. So I'm also being mindful about the amount of water I'm using. Everything has a cost element to it. So if I put a lot of water in here, that's extra money that I have to pay for the water that I'm buying.
If you can get the same work out of steam.
If I can make it out of steam, that's good. So this one was literally cooked by the steam.
Yeah.
Only a little water and steam.
And maybe 20 minutes or?
20-25 minutes it was about done, right? So it was done. And it also depends on the size. And all I have to do to make sure it's done is to go through. It's going through it smoothly without any resistance.
That was no magic trick. It actually went through.
No, you actually went through, no magic. Yeah. You actually went through, right? So that's that. So when I did that, when I put the purple bonito on top, it gives me the opportunity to put the harder and more difficult to cook bonitos inside the water.
How long do you think they've been going?
They've been going about maybe 32 minutes or something.
Oh, that's all, not an hour. Because the oven.
No, I don't think it's an hour.
You go an hour in the oven, wouldn't you?
45. Yeah, in the oven it would be like an hour. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So about 40 minutes max, right? So what I do is removed this a while ago. I continue to cook this. And once I bring the water to a boil, I lower the heat. Because once it's boiling, you just want to maintain the heat. You don't have to pump a lot of electricity, right? So from time to time, I'll just come stick the knife and it'll be the same thing. It's going through, okay?
Nice.
Now all of them, we check and they are awesome, okay? Now, once you do that, I could use this water, okay? I could use this water. This spring water.
To cook with.
Yes, I can use it now to cook the beans or to even soak more beans.
I like
it
that.
It has a little more flavor still.
Yeah.
And, you're finding a way. So, first of all, we'll drain the water.
Okay.
So, I'll just drain it very quickly. So, right now,
you have that on.
Yes, we'll first turn it off because I want to explain this. So we have all the water out of the bonitos. And you can tell the water is gone because as soon as I put the pot on, it started making a sound because there's no water to boil, okay? So what you want to do, you want to stand all the bonitos up. You don't want them to be laying down. You want them to stand up.
Did you learn this as well, or was this just Kungu?
Kungu taught me this one.
Okay. So his grandma taught him?
Yeah, his grandmother taught him.
Okay.
Yes.
And they're doing it on a open fire.
Yeah, open fire. My grandmother would do the same thing, but I never thought about doing it.
Yeah, you were only 10. Yeah.
Yes, so I have to give credit.
You were young.
So you see, they're all drying.
Stand them up.
So when you stand them up like that, you are giving, you're using science to make all the water
gravity
in the biggest surface area to go towards the bottom.
Yep.
And in this time, you don't put the top on.
Yep.
Because you want to just dry it.
You want to dry it.
And then you turn them to very low heat.
Is that the right burner?
Yeah. No, that's one burner. So we'll go to low heat.
Low? Okay.
Yeah, very low.
Or maybe...
it's low.
Oh, yeah.
It's low, right? So once you roll, you'll pull all the water. I thought, I didn't even thought about it. I never even thought about it when my grandmother was doing it. Because she was leaning against the 3 stones, right? Leaning right next to the 3 stones. And I thought she's doing that. I never really thought about it. Let me just tell the truth. I didn't even care, right? But now when Como showed this to me, I remembered how smart my grandmother was. Because by standing it this way is very, very different from laying it on the ground. Because already by standing this way, the water is already flowing backwards. So once you pull the water, once the water stops just flowing downwards, and the pot is hot, it's just, man, all the bonito comes out so dry, and it almost caramelizes the sweetness and the sugar.
Yeah, I found that out when I cooked bonitos
And they start producing this.
just what, like a week ago. I finally started
Yeah.
applying your teachings as far as bonitos go.
Yes.
And I found it seemed like it produced honey.
Honey, yes, it literally. Literally.
Yeah.
So when you do that, that's easy. So you just put it on by 5-6 minutes on low heat, and you can observe. That's the other thing. Every time we talk, you always tell me how long. Always, that really throws me off. You know, it's like
Right, because
a
there's
guy
variables.
is
How
like
big's the
somebody who is
potato?
straight
Yeah.
and somebody who is gay. You know, okay, so you know there are two ways of thinking about their way of fun, right? So in the same way is when somebody tell me time, I don't think about time. Time we learn, which is actually the very, very basic foundation of making people lose their food system. Because you can tell if I'm come to Kansas, for example, or I come to Utah, if you want to go to town, you know where you're going to go to town.
So I'm looking for a formula that doesn't rely on the not common knowledge of farming.
There you
or
go.
cooking.
There you go. So that shows me very clearly that somebody is alien. You're alien. You're alien to food. You
Right.
are a feared person.
You're so dumb you need a formula.
Yeah, you need a formula. It's like I don't need GPS to go to Whole Foods when I'm here. I don't need GPS to go pick Kabuya because I'm home. This is something familiar. Cooking to me, to indigenous people, they know how to cook. They don't need any recipe. If you tell them cook vegetables, this vegetable, I don't care what you see. They know intuitively. They know they have a relationship. They understand food on such an intuitive level that they can tell if I'm cooking this, I can literally cut this. And by the way I cut it through, and they can say, oh man, this one is a soft type. I can know that. I can cut this and bite it and say, wow, this is hard. So I need to cook this maybe 10 minutes longer than this one. Just like that.
And and the importance of this stuff from my perspective is that we're competing with chicken nuggets. We're competing with bagged potato chips.
Yes.
So if you can cook a bonito, a Japanese white sweet potato, the flesh is white. If you peel it back, it's white.
I can
Yeah, and inside this one, we'll have to show them both.
Yes.
So there's white. Yep.
Yes.
Now let's show the purple. This is a different kind. Look at that purple.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's very fun, and the taste is different.
Yes.
So if you have, for me, I was so impressed with this because not only because of the honey, because it was really sweet and nice, but if you have something like this, you could go on the road. Your family's off to a soccer game in Georgia,
Yes.
so they can just take some of these.
Yes.
You can leave them in the oven. You don't have to refrigerate
Sure.
for a day or two.
Yes.
And you've got a snack there that's equivalent in convenience to a bag of chips.
True.
You know, a bag of chips, you're going to get your fingers messy. You get your fingers a little messy on this. And you got to throw the bag of chips away. This is all organic wrapping. So,
Maybe,
great.
Let me tell you what I think about that.
Yeah.
I can say something about it. So, number one, so that's the water. It looks very nice. You got purple color in it. It's very good. It's good. Now, instead of using this water, fresh water, I could have used this water, and the beans would already come out tasting as though they have an added flavor from the sweet bonitos.
And these just started soaking this morning. And within a few hours, they'll almost they're almost double in size,
I
right?
can almost, they're almost double in size.
Yeah.
So I can almost start cooking them now. And the water is cold.
Yeah.
So it would have been even easier if I had just warmed
Take
the
the warm
water
water.
and put them in there and put the lid on it and just let them soak very, very slowly and come in the evening. You cook it. I bet you won't cook in 12 minutes.
Now, the other thing he showed me is if you do this for 24 hours, let them expand, make sure they're covered in water. Then you drain the water, and then you keep them flushed about every 4 hours, but keep them dry. They will sprout. And then you can boil them, or you can put them in your meals sprouted, and it has an easier impact on the digestion, right?
It's easier, much easier.
I haven't noticed a
and more
difference,
nutrients.
but you said Kungo really
Yes.
noticed a difference.
Oh yeah, Congo could not eat beans without having gas.
Yeah.
Once we started sprouting the beans,
Yeah.
it improved like
Wow.
tremendously.
So how are we doing on these?
So,
Oh, you can almost see I can see the.
caramelizing. Look.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's another thing I was waiting for you to finish so that I can tell you. The other thing, the reason why indigenous people don't talk about time, because when you're intuitive in your food lyric, right? I can smell there are all kinds of signs that removes the necessity of using a timer. Somebody who socializes into using time is somebody who want to sell us a clock. So they got something who want to sell us. I don't want to buy anything.
Unless you're Vulcan.
Yeah. So now, by me standing right here, I can smell. It can tell me when it start getting burned. Come smell it. You can tell the smell is changing.
Let me hit the smell record button. yeah, it doesn't smell quite burned, but it's starting. It's starting.
Wow, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I want you to.
Yeah.
I didn't want you to smell the burn. I want you to smell the difference now. So first it didn't smell. Now it smell is no burn. Once it hit burn, that tells you the thing that is smelling burn is the one at the very bottom.
Yeah,
right?
the bottom piece of it.
You see? So that's smelling burn.
Yeah.
This is not burned yet.
Wow.
Look, it's already producing. Yeah, it's already removing that.
It's shiny like shellac.
Yes. There you go.
Wow.
That's it. And that's all you need.
And you have asbestos hands.
Yeah, oh yeah, asbestos. Yes, I have asbestos. So that's it. So that's something
very good. Thank you for that.
Testing it. So that's it. So that.
And another. What do you think? Another. Speaking of time.
Another 1 minute.
So and you're going. So you have the smell timer, or you have the Fiat. Actually check.
And by the way, I always try to. Certain things can get lost in translation.
Yeah.
So I'm only translating when you ask me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to translate one language, indigenous language,
Yeah.
into a fiat language,
Right.
so that it can be understood. So I don't know exactly.
Yeah, we're mostly used to other people providing the food. We don't have to worry about it.
So, yeah. But right now, I'm smelling it and trying to project. It's very high science. You talk about science, AI. I don't know what AI is higher than that. Why I don't know why people are so fascinated by AI. Look, I can just smell here and tell you, just by that smell, I know it's going to be about another 30 seconds. And beyond that, it'll be too much. You watch. If we go past a minute, it's going to be smelling burn here. If you go beyond, if you go like 18, if you go to 18, 19 minutes, it'll already be too much.
Okay, let's not get distracted. This is important. This is too important, Chef. This is my bag of chips. This is my chicken nugget you're talking about.
So having said that, the 1 minute I want to tell you one thing I wanted to elaborate.
Do it.
Regarding the potato chips. So you're not competing with potato chips. No. You're competing with a scientist who is your enemy. You're actually trying to dodge the bullet. So you're trying to find a way. You're actually trying to create an antivirus to a virus that's going to infect all of us. People make viruses, they infect computers everywhere, and the computer is what? It's disabled, right? So that's how you have to think about potatoes.
And the scientist is throwing flavors at you and textures.
They're trying to shortchange your brain, your brain circuit, so you're not able to process things the right way.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, oh, okay, I want to eat more.
Well, I was telling you, you have in the cupboard here,
yes.
you have garlic and onions.
Yes.
And when I open the door and it smells wonderful, I'm like, that smells like a bag of chips.
Yeah, it does.
That smells like Lay's onion, garlic and onion.
It's 18. Come and smell here. Tell me it doesn't smell. It's burnt.
Yeah, more burned.
One burned, yeah.
Dude, you called it.
Yeah. It's smelling burnt.
Definitely
minute
time.
and you're done, right? So that is the fascinating thing.
And you leave it there on the.
Yeah, I can now.
Now it doesn't matter.
Look, it really doesn't matter because I could. In fact, I wasn't talking because I'm doing two. What I should have done,
Flip them
to
over.
be honest, is flip them.
That's the full process.
Yes, that's the full process, right?
Okay.
Right. So see, it's holding and putting like that.
And that's drying both ends.
So you dry, and we'll do this. We dry both ends.
You got to sacrifice the feeling in your fingers.
Yes. So then we do that, and then we have one more.
I love how you always cook with no oil.
Yes. This one is pretty good. Yes. So this one was the one that was. That's
that was giving us our smell.
Smell,
Yeah.
And we just hold it.
Oof. And these are so good.
That's
so
that's
good.
it. So once I leave it here,
Uh-huh.
the side that was in had any water,
Yeah.
we'll get the maximum water out of it.
Wow.
And we can eat them. Right?
Yeah, so here you got a very interesting way of getting a specific texture
Yes.
from the food.
From
Yeah.
the food.
Yeah, when I bake them in the oven and stick them in the fridge, sometimes they're a little slimy,
Yes.
but still delicious.
And not to cut you short.
Yeah.
And then not to, before I forget, and we'll make the final product. We'll make something with this. So there's a reason why I chose this, because I want us to make something with them.
So we can eat this by itself,
Self, or we can make, yes.
and that's the wimpy, that's the easy student brain.
Easy.
Yeah, that's the kid brain. But then also he's made a salad that's wonderful, and I'll take a piece of the potato and I'll put it in with the salad, and that will allow me to go out into the garden, load up on dandelions leaves, and put them into the salad, and the sweet potatoes cancel out the bitterness of the dandelions. So it's very cool.
So what I wanted to do is to make it will not be fair, because you're doing so well, that if you're here, that we make the same recipe, then we can make the same recipe. So here we have some. See, so now Madonna's mom went and bought some strawberries, right? But they are field strawberries, because she's still there. Or he says they're North Carolina strawberries or whatever they say.
Yeah.
But NC, gotta be NC. But it's not field strawberries, so we can't use those. So we have to use.
But we have a Whole Foods nearby, and we still have a shopping trip to do.
Oh yeah, we have shopping to do.
Yeah.
But we also want to use what we have as an example of how we can make something sensible. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take like 2 minutes. Maximum 3 minutes.
Okay, that's the end of the bonito.
Yes. So we make a sauce.
Yep.
We make a sauce for the bonito.
Very good.
Okay.